Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar, the business transformation, turning value into revenue. My name is Ricky Lai, the regional channel manager for Zomato Software Monetization Unit. I based in Hong Kong, and I manage the SM sales in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Southeast Asia, and Australia, New Zealand. So for today's webinar, as you know, as the software vendor or the embedded device software vendor, I'm sure you're seeing the changes, transformation in your business, and the way your software is valued, sold, and supported is changing. So in this webinar, we will explore the new licensing trend and about how to create and seize new revenue opportunities. And finally, and then we'll show you the Zomato software monetization solution, particularly the LDK. So in this webinar, we have two speakers. First speaker is Capio Digani, who's the senior product manager. And the second speaker is Amit Kumar, is the senior sales engineer. Okay. So let's start the webinar. So let's start with the first section with Capio Digani, who will talk about the software monetization in the connected era. Capio, over to you. Oh, if anyone have got questions, then you can type in the question in the chat box. We will answer it after the section.
Thanks, Ricky. I'm Kapil Digani, Senior Product Manager, and I thank you all to this webinar. So today in this webinar, I'm going to talk about software monetization in the connected era and how it can help you win and create leadership position in your segment. I hope all you can see my screen. So presentation begins with a very popular model about 3 market leadership disciplines that was talked about in 1997. Then we'll show you how software monetization fits in and can help you get there in your journey. We will end the session with a couple of case studies and best practices. So let's start the session. So this slide comes from a very popular book that came out of research of 2 management consultants. The book is called The Discipline of Market Leaders. Choose your customers, narrow your focus, and dominate your market. The book suggested that companies could become a dominant player in the industry by achieving excellence in one of the following areas. That's product leadership, it's customer intimacy, or operational excellence. This book also goes about giving certain examples. For example, FedEx has mastered the art of delivering on time and accurately all their packages, but airlines still have trouble in tracking your bags. So the operational excellence that FedEx achieved helped them got the leadership position. Through their research, they concluded that companies could only aspire to become industry leader in one of the 3 disciplines because they believed that the cost was too prohibitive to attain leadership position in more than one discipline. But that was then in 1997. Moving 20 years forward, now market faces are reshaping the competitive landscape, and lots of companies are utilizing new tools and technologies such as cloud that enable them to focus and succeed in not just one but all the 3 disciplines, and that's the new norm for this era. With these aspects in mind, we'll talk about how software monetization solution can help you excel in these disciplines. So mapping to these 3 disciplines are our key elements of software monetization solution. This is not really a one-to-one mapping to the disciplines that we saw in the previous slides, but the interplay of these elements help you achieve goals in all the 3 disciplines. Before talking about these three elements, let's understand the concept of product leadership a little bit more. Product leadership has various aspects. At the core of it, of course, is your basic offering and the problems that you solve for your customers. But the product leadership goes beyond that. For example, what business models do you offer? How do you differentiate the packaging of your solution for your customers? How quickly can you respond to your customers' needs? These are some of the critical aspects that are helping organizations take the leadership position and win against their competition. We'll see some of the case studies towards the end. Now, coming back to the three elements that we talk about here, entitlement management enables the management of licensing lifecycle end to end. Business intelligence allows you to gather important data about your customers and product usage. Connected licensing, it allows you to offer innovative and attractive business models. We'll look at all these three elements in detail and then map these elements to the disciplines that we just started with. Okay, so connected licensing, I guess you all know this. Traditionally, licensing has been all about deliver once and forget it till some further action is required. Either update or revoke or rehost. So basic nature of licensing was disconnected and a lot of manual work in delivering and managing the licenses. But with connectivity becoming ubiquitous for everyone, then everybody is leveraging it to control, deliver, and track their software in real time. Based on these principles, we offer connected licensing, and connected licensing can help you achieve a host of things. You can offer a variety of business models that are not just perpetual or term licenses. You can offer subscription, for example, or usage-based models. Connectivity makes recurring revenue models such as subscription far easier to manage. It allows you renewals and updates to be automated. And these were the things that at the first place became prohibitive factors for companies to offer these models. And what this means for you is that in addition to the core functionality of your software, you can further create differentiation by enabling your customers to purchase and consume the software according to their preferences, and that too at competitive pricing. When you're able to offer a variety of packaging and variety of business models at competitive pricing, you of course expand your market by reaching out to additional market segments. Okay, business intelligence. Our systems, when we talk about software monetization, our systems are at the crossroads of selling and usage. That means here is when the selling process is complete and the usage of products start. After customers get their license, that's why we provide the ideal platform to connect what customers are buying with what they are using and how much they are using. All this data, when collected and presented in a meaningful way, can provide powerful tools that you can use for example, understanding the product usage and behavior by your end users. You can also constantly track the changing patterns of your customer usage, and all this will help you evolve in your journey. And there are various other things that you can do with the data we collect. For example, you can track trial to conversion ratio and identify trends that can help you increase your conversion. You can also prevent or reduce the customer attrition by identifying what's causing the customers to go and then taking the corrective measures. So we know that more and more organizations are very keenly collecting and tracking usage to be able to drive intelligence that can help them make advancements in their solutions. Pure SaaS vendors are able to take advantage of business intelligence by the very nature of the offering they have. But with connected licensing, we help you get the same level of intelligence even for your on-premise applications. Now moving on to entitlement management. EMS is our flagship product. It is entitlement management system that helps you manage entire licensing lifecycle. Right from creation of licenses to upgrade and revoke, it manages the entire lifecycle. And by integrating in your back office systems, it can help automate the entire delivery process, right from entering the order in your systems to delivering of licenses and software. Oh yes, software too. Uh, since we also provide ESD, electronic software delivery as a service, that integrates seamlessly with our EMS. So not just the license delivery, but the software delivery can be automated as well. And as more products are introduced in the businesses, volumes of transactions grow, automation becomes the key, and that can be achieved by integrating back office systems along with the entitlement management system. EMS also enables visibility for various stakeholders, including vendor, customers, and channel partners. You not only see what you're delivering and how customers are using, but customers are also able to see what they have and they're able to manage it using some of the self-servicing capabilities like customer portal that we provide. So with that in mind, now let's quickly see how elements of software monetization map to the disciplines we saw earlier. As I mentioned earlier that there's no one-to-one mapping. Rather, it's an interplay of different elements that creates a feedback loop and help you create the leadership position in all of these disciplines. So with connected licensing, you can create product differentiation, you can create innovation and leadership, and it also directly affects customer intimacy and operational efficiency. Business intelligence also impacts product leadership and operational efficiency, because once you get the insight into your customers and their usage patterns, you can channelize your investments accordingly. You can you can increase your investment in features that are popular, and you can of course reduce your investments that customers in features that customers are not using. And entitlement management system is at the core of it all. It's the backbone. It's the system that ties everything together, right from automation to presenting reports and integrating with all the backend systems. This is really the key and the backbone of our platform. So with that, let's look at the Sentinel software monetization platform. Now let's expand the view. Keeping our core solution at the center, let's visualize the ecosystem that it fits in and help automate the entire licensing lifecycle. This view has 4 key elements, and at the core of it is our software monetization products. Our security and protection solutions help you protect against threats like reverse engineering and license misuse. Hence protecting your organizations against IP theft and revenue leakage kind of scenarios. Licensing and usage solutions help you create variety of business models to cater to the need of diverse customer base and enables you to keep evolving based on the business intelligence that you gather. Entitlement management, as I mentioned a few times already, is licensing lifecycle management system that helps automate the entire license and software delivery lifecycle for enhanced customer experience, of course. And next, at the bottom layer, we show the tools and services that we provide for you to create and deliver solutions to your customers. We provide out-of-the-box customer portal to provide self-servicing capabilities for your customers so that they can activate and manage their own licenses and software via a very intuitive web-based portal. We also offer hosted services for entitlement management, electronic software delivery, and the cloud. Additionally, We provide professional services and various trainings to help you not only create a vision, but also develop and deliver on that. In addition, our support teams provide consulting services to help you improve your protection and licensing implementation with training, that's backed by our security and licensing experts. And on the left, there are various deployment models that we support with our Sentinel platform. Whether you are a software, whether which is deployed on-premise or embedded in a device or as a service in the cloud, customers can use our security, production, licensing, usage and entitlement management solutions to increase revenue and of course improve customer satisfaction, and of course expand their reach to the new markets as well. On the right are various external systems that Sentinel platform can integrate with, including embedded tool chains, back office systems such as billing, ERP, CRM, and some of the IoT platforms as well. And for all these solutions, we offer a broad portfolio of products that help you solve all your monetization related needs end to end. Sentinel LDK, for example, is a hardware-based and software-based solution for vendors who require a high level of security and protection for their products, and they're very concerned about their intellectual property as well. The Sentinel LDK employs its own entitlement management system. Sentinel RMS is more enterprise-grade licensing solution that focuses on a wide variety of flexible licensing models, and is suitable for large organizations who need connected licensing and who have a large portfolio of products which are sold in very diverse ways. Sentinel Fit is a new product in our family. We recently launched it, and it's specifically designed for device vendors who need a small footprint, a small licensing runtime, and want to license embedded software in the very restrictive environment, and in many cases don't even have the operating systems. And Sentinel EMS is our enterprise-grade entitlement management system that manages all licensing operations for on-premise, cloud, embedded software, including packaging, provisioning, and delivery. You can also deploy software monetization strategy, of course, backed by our expert consultation, professional services, and all host of trainings that we provide during the implementation as well. Now, with this background, we want to talk about some of the case studies that will help you understand the relevance of what we have discussed and how our solution are helping customers excel in all the disciplines that we have talked about. So first case study is about one of the world's leading medical technologies company. It's called Stryker. It's based in US. The company has been a traditional medical device manufacturer who was looking to transform their business. And as you will see, this is an excellent case study of a company that implemented software monetization strategy that enabled them to exceed in all the disciplines. They are not only continuing to be relevant, but they are excelling and beating the competition in various ways. So let's understand this case study, which is not only relevant for medical vertical, but for a lot of similar verticals, as we'll see towards the end of the case study. So as I said, Stryker is a medical device vendor. So what they are struggling with is that in hospitals and in clinics, capital expenses are really shrinking, and it's becoming difficult for hospitals to continuously buy medical equipment. And it's primarily for two reasons. Firstly, because as I just mentioned, capital expenses are shrinking, and these equipments are expensive. And the devices and the machine technology is evolving at such a rapid pace that it means that all the investment you make may become irrelevant in 3 to 5 years. And that makes all these organizations very fearful of investing lots of money upfront in buying those devices. So to meet the needs of their customers, hospitals and surgeons, Stryker is now moving to a services-based model. So they don't want their hospitals to invest upfront in buying the instruments. Rather, they are enabling their customers to buy, to pay only for what they use, which becomes an operating expense. So they avoid capital expense, and it also ensures that as and when technologies are upgraded, they get access to them without recurring capital expenses. So this enabled Stryker to retain their existing customers and reach a much larger segment, resulting in a win-win situation for Stryker and their customers. Along with this, Stryker also wanted to achieve a couple of other things. One, they wanted to reduce overall cost of their license enforcement technology, and they also wanted to have a single backend that could manage, that would allow them to manage all the licensing lifecycle for all the products and can integrate well with the company's Oracle and Salesforce systems. So, to meet market demand and the new system, the Stryker also needed to adopt new license models, including trials, concurrent users, subscription, and usage models. Stryker chose Sentinel connected licensing and Sentinel EMS to meet their requirements of containing cost, automating the fulfillment, to innovate in terms of license models that they want to deliver to their customers, to instantly respond to customer requirements, and of course automate everything. So now they are not only able to implement new usage-based license models, and also that results in expanding their coverage and of course enhance customer satisfaction. In terms of the process that we used for Stryker, our professional services team conducted a licensing workshop with the Stryker licensing project team in order to identify and work through relevant use cases. Based on the workshop, we delivered a licensing blueprint that outlined the project phases. Our professional services also provided Stryker with the services to integrate Sentinel EMS into their back office system. So as I mentioned just a while ago, what's really remarkable about this case study is how it can apply to use cases of any vertical market and not just the medical industry. So reality is that regardless of the market served, hardware companies are struggling right now, and they are becoming increasingly software centric. This means the intelligence and the software, intelligence and the value lies in the software. So this goes both for operational efficiencies as well as the insights gained about everything from compliance and tracking usage to better packaging and pricing. So to summarize, from back office to customer facing, licensing and entitlement management is integral to evolution of how products and services are being delivered and managed in competitive markets, and is really critical to business transformation success that Stryker has been able to achieve. They started with one product, of course, and they are now expanding the implementation of connected licensing into more of their product lines. As we speak now, we have other projects going on with them. So next case study is again interesting. Cadac is another example of a company that uses Sentinel to support a mix of SaaS and traditional software with a single licensing solution for all of its product lines. So that provides flexibility to creatively bundle features and price its software according to how its customer wanted to buy. So Cadac Group is a leading provider of solutions to create, manage, and share digital design information, and it's a company that is based in Netherlands. So the company was feeling the pain of using 3 different licensing platforms for multiple products that they have. It was resulting in high operational cost, quite inflexible licensing system, and they were not able to respond to customer and market needs very quickly. So they needed to be flexible in terms of how they package their software and allow customers to use it. Also, the return on investment was for every solution, and they needed a licensing and price. So they wanted to, of course, improve the return on investment that they were making on their licensing and backend systems. And having multiple diverse systems, of course, doesn't help. The Cadac Group wanted a single licensing platform to support its cloud-based solution and its traditional software applications. The company, I mean, they initially considered developing their own in-house solutions, but they soon realized that the cost and the effort is too prohibitive, not only for a start, but for maintaining it as well. So they choose Sentinel. So Sentinel RMS with connected licensing and EMS allowed Cadac to standardize on one licensing technology for all their software products. So whether it is offered as a service or on-premise. So we also enable them to gather usage data, which help them build a product roadmap, which is closely aligned with their customer requirements and needs. Again, this is another example of a company that uses multiple products and solutions from software monetization platform that we have, and that is helping them not only reduce operational cost, but achieve excellence in all the 3 disciplines, which is leadership, and customer intimacy, and operational excellence. So with these case studies, I think we are able to demonstrate how some of the customers are advancing in their journey. But what when we present our solutions to our customers, we get lots of customers who ask us, how do I start? Yeah. So, but licensing is something, it just doesn't impact the product. There are lots of other impacts. There are operational impact aspects. There are business processes that are involved. There's impact on how sales is used to selling, how renewals are done. So there are various aspects that are involved if you are considering renewing your licensing strategy. So you need to get a holistic view of problems you want to solve and work backwards in building and rolling out a strategy that address these. So this is a very crucial question, you know, and needs addressing not just from one single group, but your entire organization, because it impacts every discipline. Every department in your organization will be affected by this transition. So you need to have buy-in from not just the higher management, but all the stakeholders who are going to participate in the process. As far as, of course, market and the industry is concerned, of course, you know that best. Who you're targeting, who you're delivering your software to, and how do they want to consume it. So you need to ask yourself these kind of questions. What benefits you want to deliver, and are your customers ready? How do you want to reach your customers? So these are some of the key questions that you need to start with. And the key is being able to understand the nature of your customer requirements and the ability to respond to various kinds of pricing and packaging options that your customers are willing to use or buy you from. And ultimately, you may have to offer a variety of alternatives based on market segmentation to meet their, of course, diverse and varying and evolving needs. And because customers, because in this entire process, customer experience is involved. So this, you really got to take the holistic view of the things and plan your strategy end to end rather than taking a piecemeal and incremental approach. And finally, of course, don't get there alone. You wouldn't think of developing critical systems such as ERP or CRM systems. So why go in this journey alone? Let the experts help you and plan your strategy and provide you tools for implementing it. Finally, moving, just to quickly summarize what we have covered in this session. So you got to keep pace with the on-demand world that customers are more and more getting used to. So they want to only pay for what they want to use and how much they want to use. You got to, rather than being afraid of it, you got to capitalize on the opportunities caused by cloud disruption and be ready for future. And you can definitely excel and exceed in all the disciplines and become the market leader with our cloud-enabled software monetization solutions. So with that, I thank you, and we can open up for questions.
Okay. So anyone, if you have questions, you can type in the chat box, and then we will pick it up and then try to answer it. And Bosie, have we got any right now? Okay. Since we don't have a question right now, so how about we move on to the next section for me to talk about our LDK solution. And for those people who still want to ask questions to Capio, then you still can, and we can answer it at the end of the section. Okay. All right. Amit, you have the control. You can go ahead and talk about the LDK solutions. Hello, Amit. It's working on your screen.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I think I was muted. So, all right. So let me start with Sentinel LDK. We'll talk about features and benefit of this Sentinel LDK solution. This is just one of the SM solution, as Kapil mentioned earlier, that we have various product line where he talked about RMS, FIT, LDK, EMS. So this Sentinel LDK solution is one of them. It is out of the box protection and licensing solution. So let me start, and I'll try to go slow. We'll try to cover important features and benefit of LDK. And if you have any question, you can always put in the question box, and I will try my best to answer. Okay, so the Sentinel LDK solution works on this concept: protect once, deliver many, and evolve often. What is this? Let me explain. Where we say protect once means that when you have multiple requirement from different market, usually you have to create or maintain a separate copy of the application to fulfill each customer's demand. But with the help of this concept, you don't have to maintain a separate protected package. You can just protect your application in one go. You can just give it to your development team, give it to your R&D team. They can implement APIs, tools, and make a protected package for you. And with the same package, you can go to the market and sell to many customers who has a kind of different kind of requirement for using your application in the field. So that's a concept of protect once, deliver many, where you protect your application just once and hand over to your sales team, to your marketing team, whoever is responsible to sell your application in the market, and they further customize that protected package with the licensing model, what exactly they want to sell to which customer. So from there they start using our platform that we offer under this LDK solution. They select what product catalog they want to license. They select what further license model they want to offer to which customer. We do offer various license model. In upcoming slides, I'm going to explain what all license model that we offer under the Sentinel LDK solution. And then they also select a different, the correct protection key. We do offer various kind of protection keys also in this Sentinel LDK solution that also I will explain in upcoming slides. And then they can manage the customer's entitlement, and they can also track the usage data. So so mainly you can adjust your licensing policy for different customer, and you can reach out to different regions and sell the same protected package with different kind of licensing requirement. Okay, so let me talk about the protection that we offer under this solution. What all things that we offer under Sentinel LDK is, we offer a very strong tool for your binary file encryption. So the application that is either executable or a DLL, the library file, the shared objects, could be jar executable, could be a WAR file. So all the binary files that you put in your software package, we offer a tool to encrypt those binary file before you actually put that in the package. So after the encryption, it is secured with a shield. So it makes difficult or very, very difficult for any hacker to crack your application and reverse engineer the code. We also offer the code obfuscation inside your application. So suppose if you try to do the reverse engineering and try to see the application source code, you will not be able to understand what exactly is going on inside any specific function or method, because that is completely obfuscated. The tool uses a white box cryptography algorithm. This is a unique and a special algorithm that we use in our tool, in our libraries, to offer you a very strong protection mechanism. the tool can encrypt any additional data files also. Means that suppose if your application package includes various different files. For example, could contain some database, could contain some text file, the PDF file, audio file, video file that is very, very sensitive, and you want to encrypt or protect before you ship it, before you include in your application package and ship to your customers. So those kind of file can also be encrypted using the Sentinel LDK solution. And the solution also offer you an anti-debugging feature, means that it stops any kind of debugger that is running at customer site to debug your protected application package to know what is the execution flow. So it stops any kind of debugger. If that debugger is running, it just fail to execute and will give you warning, will give error message that you first stop the debugger, then start me. So usually we have included the list of all kind of debugger that is available in the market, and the tool is capable enough to recognize those debugger on a user's computer if that is running or not. And we do offer a protection key also that contains the license for the product. So once your application is protected, it always requires a protection key to be connected to the user computer, and that contains a product license. And once your protected package finds a correct key with correct product license is available, then it runs. Okay. Another security that we offer under this solution is called App-on-Chip technology. So the LDK solution actually does offer a hardware dongle. It offers other keys also, like software keys or the cloud-based. We'll talk later. But one of the licensing key in Sentinel LDK is hardware dongle, the USB dongle. It comes in various form factor also that we'll discuss later. So this feature, App-on-Chip feature, allows you to execute some piece of code directly on the chip rather than executing inside the application in computer's memory. So what it actually does is it loads the piece of code from your application and execute on the chip. There is a chip inside the hardware dongle. Execute on the chip, calculate the result, and send the result back to your application where it continues to flow. So the benefit is that those part of code which has been executed on the chip in the USB device is never or can never be tracked or by just doing a kind of memory dump of the machine. It is not possible to track those pieces of execution or flow because that was executed on the chip. So this security feature is given for highly sensitive code that you want to protect in a best way. You can select those piece of code and execute on the chip, on the hardware device. All right, so let's talk about all those kind of protection method or license key that we offer under Sentinel LDK solution. So we offer three kind of protection method. One is hardware dongle. Another one is a software license, which is a virtual key. And then we also offer a cloud-based protection method. And each protection method does have some unique advantage. So it completely depends what exactly you want to implement. Either it is either it depends on if you want to implement the highest level of security, or you want to have a flexible licensing, if you want to have a real-time control. So that depends, and based on those requirement, you can select the protection method that best suits you. So the unique advantage, advantage of hardware dongle is it always offer highest level of copy and IP protection, where your application is tied to the hardware dongle. And it always requires to be connected on the user computer before the protected package runs. And in terms of security, of course, I mean, the hardware dongle always offer the highest level of security compared to any other kind of protection method. If your application is on premise on the customer side, then it offers the highest level of protection. So this is suitable for all software vendor who are very, very concerned about security. And if they deliver the application to the field, to the market, install at user's computer, and very, very concerned about the security of their application, then they may choose this protection method using a hardware dongle. All the hardware dongles are in driverless configuration, means that you don't have to offer any separate software or driver for using this dongle at your end user site. It is just plug and play. So you just have to deliver your protected package and the hardware dongle, and they can just plug in and use your application right there. It is available in various type and various form factor also. Yeah, the one is USB, but with a different size. There is a mini size, there is a micro size, which is very, very small USB key. We also offer other form factors. For example, we offer a chip key, that is ASCII 8-pin chip that could be soldered on some embedded device. We offer a board key that could be connected directly to the motherboard of the computer. So there are various kind of form factor available in hardware key for all those customers who wants to implement the hardware-based protection method. The second one, software-based licensing, which is actually a virtual key. When I say virtual key, means there is no any kind of text file that contains a license. I mean, usually when we talk about software license, people get impression that, oh, it could be kind of a normal text file or something that contains license information. You can open it, you can read it. No, this is a kind of virtual key that gets installed between the secure storage of the hard drive and very, very secured from being tampered or any other kind of attack. The advantage is that you don't have to ship any physical things. Suppose, I mean, if you are selling your product globally in global market, well, in your local market, it is easy for you to deliver the hardware dongle. But if you are shipping abroad, US and Europe, it requires a lot of cost, a lot of time. So using the software license, it actually helps you to eliminate any kind of extra shipment to your end customer. It enables a very quick installation and used application, because when it is a software key, it can be delivered online. It can be activated online. So the LDK solution contains a platform that helps you to activate the software license to your user computer, online or offline, depends what way you want to offer them. So suppose if you offer online, then as soon as they go to your website, they make the payment, they instantly get the activation to their computer, and they can start using the application right away. They don't have to wait for any kind of license key to arrive. And this is suitable for all those vendors who need a flexible license activation, or a deactivation, or the controlling of their application. I mean, for all these, I mean, this is suitable for all those kind of vendors who are looking for such kind of things. And then we have a cloud protection method also, where where we offer the licensing via cloud. When we say licensing via cloud, means that there is no license key delivered to the customer, neither a hardware dongle nor the software license. The license is installed in the cloud, and the application could be anywhere, could be at user side, could be in the data center, could be in the cloud, anywhere. So what customer needs to have is just internet connection, so they can go to any computer, connect to the internet, and use the application if they are authorized to use. If they have been given that cloud license by the vendor, they can use the application. So what is the benefit? The benefit for your user is they don't have to tie to a specific computer to use your application, and the benefit for you, vendor, is you always have a real-time control over your application. When I say real-time control, means that you can reach out to the cloud server anytime and change the user license, add more features, remove some features based on based on the requirements. So that you always have a real-time control. Another benefit is it is user-centric license enable. So it is the same message that you can access, or your user can access or run the software from any device. If that device is connected to the internet, they can use the application. Automatic and immediate license enablement. Of course, I mean it is more easy and easy for vendor to deliver the license via cloud, because they don't have to ship anything. They don't have to connect to the user computer to activate the license, SL license online. They don't have to ship any hardware dongle. They can instantly generate a license is stored in the cloud and instantly enable for your customer to use. And yeah, I mean, you can always have more insight with improved business intelligence by having the usage data collected from the field, because we are talking about cloud license. It is in connected mode, so you can collect the real-time usage data from the field, and you can actually get insight that how your application is being used by your customer, what feature is being used, what feature is not being used, and you can have some kind of information for doing a business analysis and making your roadmap decision. Okay, so we saw the various protection method in the last slide: hardware dongle, software license, cloud. Now we'll see various license model that is included in Sentinel LDK solution, and what actually you can use to tie up your protected package. The very first license is perpetual model, means this is permanent license, lifetime license. If you give this perpetual license to any customer, then your customer can use the application for lifetime. There is no restriction in the perpetual license. So for example, suppose I mean, if your application is something that you sell in just one time cost, then you can choose this perpetual license. Another one is subscription license, where you can set some expiration date in the license, and your customer should be able to use your application only till that expiration date. Once it is expired, your application will stop working at user side. Of course, I mean, you can update those expiration date remotely later if required. The third model is pay-per-use model, where customer actually they can use your application. They can pay you for the number of time they are actually want to use your application. For example, we also call it execution-based license. So suppose if you give them say 10 executions, means that your user should be able to use your software 10 times, no matter they are using today or tomorrow or a month later, they can use it 10 times. So that's a pay-per-use license. They are paying you for number of times they are using your application. The next one is feature uses license, where you can license each and every feature separately. For example, if you have an application that has multiple features and you want to sell each and every feature of your application differently. For example, take this Microsoft. They have a various things, Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, and other various things, and you want to sell each and every feature or module in your package with a different price. That is also offered under this solution, where you can select a different license model. You can select a different feature IDs for each and every feature of your application and sell on a different cost. You can create a separate package. Separate package means that in a stock it is just one protected package, but you can sell it differently to different market with different feature, with different license information to different customers, on different price. Then we have a time-based license where you can define the number of days your application should work at customer site. This is something that where you define the total number of day which starts actually when your user use your application very first time. Suppose if you give this license model to your user and set the license duration is suppose 10 days, and user does not start the application for 1 month, still their license is valid for 10 days. Once they start the application, then the days starts counting. From that day to 10 day, your application will be valid. So that's a time-based license. Then we offer a network license for network user. We also call it floating license, where the license is given for a server, and all client application can connect to the server and use the application. This is mainly for the client server structure, where one license is given and to be shared between multiple computer if all of them are connected together in a network. Then there is trial license also available, what you can use for your trial application. Of course, even if it is trial application, you must want to protect it, because you don't want someone to do the reverse engineer of your application or make an illegal copy. But if you want to give trial to your customer, then you can just use this trialware license, which could be valid for 10 days or 30 days, depends the number of days that you set. And as this is a trial license, it can be installed on any computer, and can be used for those period what you have already defined. But once the license, this trial license installed on one computer and it is expired, it cannot be installed or reinstalled on the same computer again. So that is completely secured from being misused. And the last, custom license, that is something I would say that you can create yourself this license model. What I mean to say that by using the various license model, you can combine a few of them and create your own unique license model that you want to sell to your customer. All right. So we saw a protection, we saw a protection method, we saw a license model, and now we see entitlement management. This is a management solution that is included in Sentinel LDK technology. This is a kind of web-based ERP system, solution that is included in LDK. What you can use to manage your customer, manage your business, manage your application, manage activation, deactivation, the license update, everything, all kind of management you can do under this management system. It's called Entitlement Management System. So there are many features, in Entitlement Management System. Some of the important feature I just want to discuss on this slide, that you can always verify your customer compliance if they are entitled to use your application or not. You can define a different rule or different policy for a customer by which they should be able to use your application. you can manage all the customers' account in this management system. You can add their record. You can add their emails, phone numbers, shipping address, billing address, everything you can add in this management system. And you can also create a license for your protected application in this management system. Either you are creating a hardware dongle license, you are creating a software license, or you are creating cloud license. This entitlement management system can create all these kind of license with a different kind of license model that you select, and you can activate the license to your customer computer. You can update the license remotely to your customer computer using this management portal. And you can also generate reports by end of the day, by end of the week, by end of the month, to know that how many new customers you have got in past 1 month, how many customers has purchased your application with hardware dongle, how many customers has purchased your application with software license key, how many copies of your application you have sold in past 1 week or past 1 month. All these kind of data you can collect from this management system portal. And you can also set some notification rule to notify your user about some new package arrived, or their license gonna expired in a number of days. You can set these rules so this management system can send an automatic email to the user and notify him about any kind of action or changes happen in his account. Yeah. Okay, so this entitlement management system, which is included in LDK, you can see the picture here. I mean, it's very small, but you can have a feel that there are various tabs. This is web-based system, a management system. So this entitlement management system, it can be integrated with your back office system. If you have any ERP or CRM system, if you have any ordering system like you have Oracle or Salesforce, you can integrate those system with this entitlement management system to streamline the operation and make everything automated rather than doing it manually and making an error. You can make all the process automated by integrating this management system into your existing ERP or CRM system. It has a role-based portal. This management entitlement management solution does have a role-based portal where you can define the role of your people. I mean, in various departments, you can define role for your sales people, you can define roles for your customer support people, and they can use their own account to log in into this entitlement management system and perform their specific task, what you have assigned to him. I mean, so every user can have his own account and should be able to perform his specific task what you have assigned to him, the admin has assigned to him. That's a role-based administration in this entitlement management system. And by end of the day, by end of the week, you can retrieve the audit history to know that which specific user has done what kind of action in this management system. So all those data are also saved. That could be retrieved later by admin team. I think that would be very interested for your management people. They want to know all these data. Yeah. Okay, so what other thing we offer in this management portal, this entitlement management system, which is a part of Sentinel LTK solution, is customer self-service portal. So we offer a separate portal for end user, means your customer, so that they can go to that portal, which is also connected to your entitlement management system actually. But this is a separate portal for them, which is hosted on public internet. You can host it on public internet and your user can reach to this portal. They can have their own account created, so they can use their account to log into that portal, and they can see what exactly they have purchased from you. They can get some kind of update also, means the license update via that portal. They can activate the license via that portal. So all kind of management they can do themselves. So what exactly they have purchased from you, they can use this portal to further use those licenses or applications that they have purchased from you. It can be rebranded because this portal is actually for your customer. You might want to rebrand it. Rather than using this color, you might want to use a color what is more suitable for you. I mean, like similar to your website or something, you want to change some fields or something. So or you want to change your company logo on that portal. So of course, I mean, all these kind of customization are possible for that that portal which is for your end customer. Yeah. Okay. So we saw the protection, Sentinel LDK protection. We saw Sentinel LDK protection method using hardware dongle, software license, cloud. We saw the various license model, and we saw the entitlement management system included in the LDK solution. Now, the LDK solution is actually not only for a standard platform like Windows, Linux, or Mac, but Sentinel LDK solution also capable enough to protect any embedded application that is running on the Linux ARM structure and all, it can also offer the protection for Android-based application. It can also offer a protection for the LabVIEW. So I just wanted to give a very quick overview for what we have for LabVIEW integration. Okay, so for LabVIEW, I mean, the developer who are using this National Instrument platform to develop the application, we do offer an auto installer under this LDK solution that they can install in their LabVIEW platform, and they can install the runtime. We offer runtime for all these platforms that you are seeing here, that RT Linux ARM, RT Linux Atom, and WinX86. And after they install this auto installer and the runtime, they actually get our APIs. If you see on this side, right-hand side in the bottom, Sentinel LDK API, this is enabled in their LabVIEW interface, and they can use these API easily in their LabVIEW application to protect any specific feature or method with a license key. We also deliver a tool to protect a binary. Suppose if your LabVIEW application is calling any third-party binary like DLL or something, and you want to protect it before you ship to your customer, we do offer a tool for protecting those binary files also. But mainly in LabVIEW application, we do offer these set of APIs that gets installed when you install our LDK auto installer, and you can use it very easily to protect any piece of code, any specific function or method. Yeah, but yes, I mean, this is not only the limitation. As I said, Sentinel LDK can protect embedded applications also running on Linux ARM, Linux 86, running on Android mobile devices or tablet and all, and also any kind of standard platform, including Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system. Yeah. So with that, I would like to talk the benefit of this Sentinel LDK licensing now. So after seeing all these features that we talked in earlier slides, what all features that we saw, and if we use, what benefit could we get? First, we can get a versatile packaging without making multiple copies of application fulfilling a different demand, we can just know that what exactly the customer needs are, and fulfill with the same package, same protected package we can deliver to many customers and fulfill exactly what they want. We can enable only those things in that package that is needed by that customer without changing the package itself. So same package could be delivered to various customers who's having a different needs of using your application. You can maximize your revenue because and by using this LDK solution, you can prevent any kind of unauthorized use of your application because your application is protected. It requires a license key. The license key, if it doesn't have a license key, the user will not be able to use the application. Either they need to have a hardware dongle, or they need to have a software license, or they need to have a cloud license, but they need to have a valid license to use your application. So you can stop any kind of unauthorized use and make them purchase a valid license copy from you. You can always maximize your revenue. Increase customer satisfaction by offering a smooth activation, offering that self-service portal where your customer can go anytime. They can log into their account. They can activate the license online. They can get the update online, could reach out to you, could contact you through that portal also. That increased their experience. You can collect the usage data also by this solution. You can generate a report, as I explained, to know that how exactly your application has been sold in the past. You can also collect the real-time usage data if you are offering them the cloud license. You can collect the real-time usage data from the field and come to know that how your application is actually being used in the market. Using your those real usage data, you can create a separate license model also that is called a postpaid or usage-based license model. So the solution offer you different ways, offer you a portal to get those kind of usage data from the field or from your database itself. And it reduces operational cost by offering you a way to maintain just some specific package without having a huge number of application package available at your end. That requires a time, that requires a cost also to fulfill different customer demand. It helps you to maintain just single or a specific package to fulfill every customer requirement in the market, and that helps you to reduce your operational cost. Yeah, with that, I am ending my session here, and I am open for any question now. If you have any question, just let me know. And
hello, anyone got any questions? I hope you all learned and benefit from this webinar. If you don't have any questions right now and have got some in the future, you can contact us, or you can email us at any time. And Bilsa, got some there?
Okay, I think that's a great question. How we sell this cloud-based license? Probably Ricky can provide some
Okay.
light on it, but probably I think you can further sync with Jeffrey offline and give detailed explanation. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jeffrey, I can talk to you offline, but basically here the SL license is different from the actual keys. Is annual subscription based. Right. Anyway, I will talk to you about the pricing.
Okay. Okay. Noted.
Any more questions, Ambosia?
No more.
No more question.
All right. Okay. So if no more questions, we will end the webinar here. Thank you, Amit and Capio, for speaking for us. Hopefully, we will organize another one in the near future on other topics. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ricky.
everyone.
Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thank you for.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks. Bye.